will start. Today is Tuesday, Pallavi's day. Pallavi,
Yes,
you have
Rangada.
Okay.
Yes, I have the text.
Okay, go ahead. For here in the world.
For here in the world, though the gnosis is there secretly behind existence, what acts is not the gnosis but the magic of knowledge ignorance, an incalculable yet apparently mechanical overmind Maya. The divine appears to us here in one view as an equal, inactive, and impersonal witness spirit, an immobile, consenting Purusha, not bound by quality or space or time, whose support or sanction is given impartially to the play of all action and energies which the transcendent will has once permitted and authorized to fulfill themselves in the cosmos. This witness spirit, this immobile self in things, seems to will nothing and determine nothing. Yet we become aware that his very passivity, his silent presence, compels all things to travel, even in their ignorance, towards a divine goal and attracts through division towards a yet unrealized oneness. Yet, no supreme, infallible divine will seems to be there, only a widely deployed cosmic energy or a mechanical executive process, Prakriti. This is one side of the cosmic self. The other presents itself as a universal divine, one in being, multiple in personality and power, who conveys to us, when we enter into the consciousness of his universal forces, a sense of infinite quality and will and act and worldwide knowledge, and a one yet innumerable delight, for through him, we become one with all existences, not only in their essence, but in their play of action. See ourselves in all and all in ourselves. Perceive all knowledge and thought and feeling as motions of the one mind and heart. All energy and action as kinetics of the one will in power. All matter and form as particles of the one body, all personalities as projections of the one person, all egos as deformations of the one and sole real I in existence. In him, we no longer stand separate, but lose our active ego in the universal movement, even as by the witness who is without qualities and forever unattached and unentangled, we lose our static ego in the universal peace.
Okay, very interesting para with all sorts of suggestions. So we must be very clear as to what he's saying. And it's a very good para for identifying the different consciousnesses. Okay, so basically what he's telling us is that in the self, okay, there's an immutability, but when you make your mind silent or without even making the mind silent, you rise into the higher spiritual levels of consciousness. Two possibilities are there. One is you see the physical world as unreal because you have entered the immobility, immutability of the self. Okay, and that is one. And you see the physical world as unreal. But at the same time, we see that you can get a cosmic consciousness also. Okay, just 1 second, I'm getting a call. I'll just Nobita, I'm in a class. I'll call you back afterwards. We can talk at 11 o'clock. Huh? 11 o'clock at 10:30 or quarter to 11. So, this is what he is describing, that in the second level, level 2 as I call it, we can have, it depends on the individual. The individual may experience the immutability of the self, okay, and it is inexpressible, no feature at all, featurelessness, immutability, and sense of infinity and freedom. This is one possibility. The other possibility, as he has said very clearly in Life Divine, is that you enter into a cosmic consciousness. And when you enter into cosmic consciousness, at the same level, at the higher mind level, you embrace the physical world and don't see it as real at all, as unreal, sorry. Okay? You don't see it as unreal and you become one with everybody. Okay? And everybody is a part of you or you are part of everybody else. This is what he is describing. So we'll have a look and identify the words. In Srimno, you have to be very, very careful about the words. Okay? Because that is what tells you at which level he is talking about. Now, for here in the world, okay? So immediately he is telling you, I am talking about level 1, okay? In the world, the physical world that we live in. Though the gnosis is there, secretly behind existence, what acts is not the gnosis, but a magic of knowledge ignorance, an incalculable yet apparently mechanical overmind mana. Okay? So let's see what he's saying. He's saying that the supermind is there in matter also. Okay? In the world means in matter. The supermind is there in matter, but it is secret behind all existence. It is hiding. It does not actively participate in the level 1. It does not. Okay? And so what participates? It is this magic of Maya. The Maya is the one that creates the illusions and the appearances. Okay? So that is the Maya that is talking about. And it starts at the overmind level and comes right down into the physical world. The power to create illusions and appearances. Okay? Above, in this supermind, that power of Maya becomes the not the overmind Maya, but the supermental Maya, which becomes the creator of real forms. Okay, so there is a difference. He is saying what acts in the physical world is not the supermind, but the overmind Maya, which creates illusions and appearances. That's what they are all saying, but we don't think that they are appearances. We think that they are real, and that's the ignorance that we are in. So that's why they're mentioning knowledge ignorance. But why is he adding knowledge? Because there is a bit of knowledge coming in. Even at the animal level, there is a little bit of knowledge. At the human level, a little more of knowledge. But it's a mixture, mostly it is ignorance, but a little bit of knowledge is there. Science is proving that their knowledge is there to a certain extent. Okay? Spiritual knowledge is not there. But knowledge of the physical world, we are discovering more and more. Even science has not discovered the knowledge of the physical world fully, but it's going very well. Okay? We have been able to create computers and mobiles by understanding the laws of the physical world, subtle world also. So we go to now note the word incalculable, yet apparently mechanical overmind Maya. So when you are in the self, you see the physical world as mechanical energy. Okay? You can see it also as total in unreality, and then you have the Mayavada philosophy. But it depends on the individual. You may see it also as mechanical unconscious energy. Okay? The river is flowing, there is no energy, there is no consciousness in it. Okay? The wind is blowing, there is no consciousness in it. Seems to be like that. Okay? So there is a mechanical unconscious energy. And if you see that, then you end up with the Sankhya philosophy. You end up with the Sankhya philosophy. But if you see the physical world as unreal, you end up with the Buddhistic philosophy or the Mayavada philosophy. The world is unreal and the only reality is the self, and you have to go there. So this is what Srimno is saying. Now I go to the next sentence. The divine appears to us here in one view as an equal, inactive, impersonal witness spirit. All the 4 words very, very clearly indicate the self. What is the self? It's a Brahmic consciousness. And what is that? Your consciousness enters into a static condition. Okay? You have only knowledge, but no power at all. Power is there, but it is held back. So, and if power was there, it would have been action. But action is not there. Power is held back. So, look at the words carefully. It's a description of the self. Equal. Equal means you are only watching things without judgment. Okay? Everything is equal to you. good, bad, kindness, cruelty, all these things, light, dark, hot, cold, everything is that you are absolutely impartial to everything, equal, inactive. Inactive because power is not there, you are just calmly watching. This is one example. This is one view. He's saying very clearly, we are in one view. Okay? Because the other view he will give us a little later. Inactive and impersonal witness self. Impersonal. You, even if you see the feel, this is the nirguna experience. Nirguna. Without any features. Impersonal witness self. We are only watching calmly, quietly, without any judgment and without any movement. An immobile, consenting Purusha, not bound by quality or space or time, whose support or sanction is given impartially to the play of all action and energies which the transcendent will has once permitted and authorized to fulfill themselves in the cosmos. So what is this? What is he saying? He's saying that when you are in the self, okay, you are watching and passively sanctioning everything that your soul is doing. Not only soul, there are two aspects. One is the individual aspect and one is the universal aspect. At the universal aspect, there is good and bad. Good and bad in inverted commas. Good and bad as you judge it. From the divine point of view, there is no good and bad. A soft breeze is very good. Okay? The harvest is very good. Okay? But the storm, the floods are all very bad. That's in our view. But when you are in the self, you see everything impartially. Nothing is good or bad for you. Okay? So this is one aspect. So you can see that in the universe, the good and bad, and you can also see that in yourself. You are up there watching your own body, mind, life, and it is indulging in bad habits and good habits, but you are not affected at all. You're just watching your own, and you're not even judging. Okay? At our level, if someone tells a lie, we have an immediate reaction or a truth. We react people pleasantly and unpleasantly. Okay? But that in that self, no reaction at all. Absolute calm impartiality. So this is what he is describing. And what is happening in the physical world also Srindra is describing. Srindra is saying that dualities are permitted by the transcendent. When the transcendent is creating the cosmos, he allows everything to be constructed infinitely. And when you are constructing infinitely, you end up with the dualities. Okay? This also we have discussed many times, but I'm just repeating once for clarity's sake. Suppose he is creating wind. Okay? So he will create a wind which is very, very pleasant to you. You think it is good. And when that same wind, which it becomes violent, 200 kilometers per hour, you say it is bad, it's a storm. So you are in the physical world, you feel the storm and the pleasant wind, and you are in the dualities and you judge things. But when you are in the self, what you see is only the wind, low wind and high wind. So for you, the dualities disappear. That is the reason why there is no morality at the spiritual level. No moral. It's all the same vibration. The vibration, it may sound very funny to you, but Mother said that very clearly. The vibration of love and hate is the same. It's only a question of the intensity. Okay? The vibration of kindness and cruelty is the same. The vibration of a low intensity and a high intensity is the same. Okay? There is, this is what is meant by the self-consciousness of the self. So this is one aspect. Okay? And the divine has permitted all this to happen. Now you may ask, why has the divine permitted all this to happen? You are seeing good and bad, you are seeing suffering and pleasure and pain. So why is the divine? Divine has not created pain and pleasure. The divine has only created sensation. And you are seeing it because of your limitations. Okay? So that's the explanation of the self. So the divine has permitted all infinite variations, the dualities. Okay, so this is one aspect. Okay, this witness self This immobile self in things seems to will nothing and determine nothing. Okay, just 1 minute. I had very interesting in thoughts and aphorisms. Shakespeare said something very interesting, and you also wonder about it. That's why I'm mentioning it to you. He said that the divine also finds a place for Christ with his kindness and generosity, and also Buddha, but also for Muhammad, because you must not think that the divine is only kindness and good and softness. Okay, you can also see that he can be violent. Okay, that's what he said in his thoughts and aphorisms. Very interesting. Even God thought it very justified to even create Muhammad. Okay, so you can see, if you want, I'll tell you the number of the thing. But this is exactly what Shakespeare is saying here. The transcendent will has once permitted and authorized to fulfill themselves in the cosmos. That's why it reminded me of this. He has created everything, the soft breeze and the violent breeze. This witness spirit, I'm reading the next sentence. This witness spirit, this immobile self in things, seems to will nothing. There's no will in it. Will is a certain amount, there's an element of power in the will. So that is not there. So you're just watching. There's only knowledge, but no power. This witness spirit, this immobile self in things, seems to will nothing and determine nothing. Yet we become aware that his very passivity, his silent presence, compels all things to travel, even in their ignorance, towards a divine goal, and attracts through division towards a yet unrealized oneness. So, what is the division? The dualities. Okay? Towards a yet unrealized oneness. And that unrealized oneness starts becoming a reality when you go to the spiritual levels of consciousness, level 2. Okay? There you start seeing the oneness. You see the soft breeze and the hard wind as only one, the same. Okay? You start seeing the oneness. Okay? That's what he said. Now he says there is another aspect. This is one side of the cosmic self. Wait. No. I have to go back. Yet, okay, I'm reading the sentence from yet. Yet no supreme, infallible, divine will seems to be there because it is hiding. Okay, the infallible will is very clear at the third level, but at the level of the self, in the level 2, okay, there doesn't seem to be any evolution or any will. There's no will, but it is there. That's why everything is moving towards the higher level very imperceptibly and very slowly. That's what Shakespeare mentioned. Okay? Yet no supreme, infallible divine will seems to be there. Only a widely deployed cosmic energy, which we saw as unconscious and mechanical, or a mechanical executive process, Prakriti. So what we see, the power Prakriti is at lower level, it is unconscious and mechanical, and it is producing all the movement in the physical world. You call it Prakriti. Okay? This is one side of the cosmic self. Now, the other one. The other presents itself as a universal divine. There is a cosmic consciousness, the universal divine. One in being, multiple in personality and power, who conveys to us when we enter into the consciousness of his universal forces. Okay, you are in the cosmic consciousness, universal forces, you enter into it. A sense of infinite quality and will and act and worldwide knowledge, and a one yet innumerable delight. So, this is the Saguna Brahman. You enter, as I said, at the higher mind level, when you make your mind silent or you manage to go there, two possibilities are there. Shayana mentioned it very clearly in one brief sentence. And it is so important to remember that. Okay? That either the world is unreal to you or the world is real to you. It depends on the individual. Okay? And if the world is real to you, you have the cosmic consciousness, you feel yourself to be one with everybody, then oneness starts acting, and you feel yourself to be in everybody. Okay? So that is the cosmic consciousness. That's what Swami is describing here. Okay? And personality becomes a huge factor in this cosmic consciousness. Because you see everything, you see yourself in everybody and everybody in yourself. Not together, but sometimes either this or that. Apprehending and comprehending consciousness, what Swami calls. If you see everyone in yourself, that's a comprehending consciousness. And if you see yourself in everybody, it's an apprehending consciousness. Okay? So this is what Swami says. This is Saguna Brahman. Okay? The divine with qualities. Okay? And that is multiple in personality and power, yet one in being. You are one, yet you are one with everybody else also in the multiplicity. Who conveys to us, when we enter into the consciousness of his universal forces, a sense of infinite quality and will and act and worldwide knowledge. So infinite quality, because you are one with everybody. You are, everything that you see in the physical world is real. That's why it is the Saguna Brahman. And they are usually experienced separately. Either the Saguna Brahman or the Nirguna Brahman, you are experiencing separately. But if you go to the third level, they become one. You see them both, personal and impersonal, Saguna as well as Nirguna. That's why it is so important to go to the third level in Shriyambhava Yoga. Okay? A sense of infinite quality and will and act and worldwide knowledge. So, worldwide knowledge, you have everything. And a one yet innumerable delight. Okay? Now, this delight also is very interesting. He says in another chapter, he says that the delight can be of various types. Okay? I just mentioned it to you because so many variations are there. You can feel the delight in yourself. Okay? I am in a very calm, quiet manner, but I am also in an ecstatic mood. I experience my own ecstasy. Then there is another thing. You experience also the ecstasy of others. Okay? That's the second type of ecstasy that you can have. You may not be in ecstasy, but you see the ecstasy of others and participate in it. That's the second one. And the third one is very interesting. When in the relation between two others apart from yourself, two others, you are A, there is B and C, and the relation is so beautiful, and they are both enjoying that relationship, you also can participate in that relationship and ecstasy. Okay? So three types of ecstasy you can have. So this is what Swami is mentioning, okay? That it can have one yet innumerable delight. Okay? I explained the innumerable delight. Different types of delight. Also, the delight of the mind, the delight of the vital, and even the delight of the body. The body itself feels an exhilaration and even an excitement in the body. Through him, we become one with all existences, not only in their essence, but in their play of action. Now, not only in their essence, essentially the inward aspect, this soul, your soul becomes the soul of everybody else, but also in the play of action. That means to say, their body, mind, life also, you can identify yourself with their body, mind, life also. Okay? And that's exactly what mother does when she wants to help somebody. You go to her, you have a problem, you tell her your problem. And what she does is, she identifies herself with you. Okay? In the play of action. Your body, mind, life is the action, not the essence. The essence is the soul. So she becomes one with you, and then now your experience in your difficulty, she experiences, and because she has the knowledge, she cures it within herself. And that means now she is curing it within you. Okay? So this is how they should act. That's what is meant by not only in their essence, but in their play of action. See yourself in all and all in yourself. If you see yourself in all, That's an apprehending consciousness. And all in yourself is a comprehending consciousness. Okay? Shrinivas has got sonnets which describe both these movements. Okay? The cosmic consciousness, there are several. In fact, there are hundreds of sonnets, and sonnets are there which explain both these aspects. In one place he says, the whole wide world is burning within me. Ampères and which gives something, he uses the words, I've forgotten, the two largest stars at that time are burning within me in one. That's a comprehending consciousness. But in another sonnet he says that to whichever face I turn, I see myself with another face. That's a comprehending consciousness. Okay. So here's what Swami is saying here in this way. Nirguna Saguna. See ourselves in all and all in ourselves. Perceive all knowledge and thought and feeling as motions of the one mind and heart. All energy and action as kinetics of the one will and power. All this is because you are seeing the oneness of things. Okay? You are seeing your pleasure, somebody else's pleasure, and your pleasure also is essentially the same. You start seeing the oneness. In our world, I may be in a very pleasurable condition, but somebody else may be in a miserable condition. So you don't see that. You see there in the cosmic consciousness, you see everything as one. Okay? One mind and heart, all energy and action as kinetics of one will in power, all matter and form as particles of one body. Now that's very interesting. All our bodies are ultimately matter. Okay? So that is one way of looking. All our vitals are small, limited formations of the universal energy, the universal vitality. All our minds are small, limited formations which dissolve after death. Are formations of the one vast plane of knowledge and mind. Okay? So that's what he pointed out. All matter forms a puddle, all personalities as projections of the one person, all egos as deformations of the one and the sole real I in existence. Even your egos, essentially your ego and my ego is all the same. They are coming from the higher sense of I. Okay. So, all egos are deformations of the one and sole real I in existence. Note the interesting I is the real, but the ego at a lower level becomes the unreal. Why? Because it undergoes the law of diminution, distortion, and limitation. Okay? So, in him, we no longer stand separate, but lose our active ego in the universal movement. Now, very interesting again. Our active ego in the universal movement, even as by the witness who is without qualities and forever unattached and unentangled, we lose our static ego in the universal peace. So he's talking of two egos. One is the active ego, which is the normal human consciousness. Okay? But there is the static ego. The static ego is in the spiritual place of consciousness, and what he also calls in another place, the instrumental ego. Your gross ego, which is active, is gone when you go to the spiritual level, level 2, but it is replaced often by the instrumental ego. What Sergey is calling the static ego. Okay. So this is the para that we read. So you can see how each word, when interpreted, the picture becomes extremely clear. Now we can go to the next para. The time is 29. We've got 10 minutes. So we can read the next para. So Pallavi read the para. So now the next one. Jasmine, if you have the text, you can read. Yes. You have the text, you can read.
I can't unmute myself.
Okay, then maybe Archana, they can read.
But we can hear you.
Can you
Oh,
hear
you
me?
can't.
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you very clearly.
But I can't. Okay, then I can read if you can hear me.
Yeah. But others can't hear me.
No, we can
Yes,
hear
yes,
you.
we can hear each other. Yasmin, you read.
Okay.
Yasmin, read. We can hear you very clearly. No problem.
Yeah. So
Read.
Yasmin is at the individual problem.
And yet, and yet there remains a contradiction between these two terms, the aloof divine silence and the all-embracing divine action, which we may heal in ourselves in a certain manner, in a certain high degree, which seems to us complete, yet is not complete because it cannot altogether transform and conquer. A universal peace, light, power, bliss is ours. But its effective expression is not that of the truth consciousness, the divine gnosis, but still, though wonderfully fed, uplifted, and illumined, supports only the present self expression of the cosmic spirit and does not transform, as would a transcendental descent, the ambiguous symbols and veiled mysteries of a world of ignorance. Ourselves are free, but the earth conscious remains in bondage. Only a further transcendental ascent and descent can entirely heal the contradiction and transform and deliver.
This is a very short para, but it's a very interesting para, okay? Because he has discussed this in great detail in the Life Divine also. So we'll have a look at it. And yet there remains a contradiction between these two terms. The aloof divine silence and the all-embracing divine action. So which is the aloof divine silence? It is the self, okay? The experience of the self. It's the Nirguna Brahman. And the all-embracing divine action, which is the Saguna Brahman. So, if you want to change and use philosophical words, there is a difference between Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha is consciousness, inactive, and Prakriti is consciousness, Prakriti is force without consciousness. So, this difference remains from the higher mind right up to the overmind level. Okay? This contradiction is there. They are two different things. Both are real. Not like in the Mayavadi philosophy or the Buddhist philosophy, but both are real. The world is real, but it is different from the consciousness of the self. It is different. So this is what happens right up to the overmind level. I'll finish the para and then I will tell you what he says in the Life Divine. Okay, so this is clear, na? The aloof divine, that is the static condition, and the active condition. There is a difference between the two, and both are real, which we may heal in ourselves in a certain manner, in a certain high degree, which seems to us complete, yet is not complete because it cannot altogether transform and conquer. What Srimda means is, which we may heal in ourselves in a certain manner. That's exactly what the Sankhya philosophy has done. Okay? The healing is done in this way. Both are real and both are fundamental aspects of the Satchidananda. Both are real, both are Sattva. So they end up with the Sankhya philosophy is a dualistic philosophy. There is consciousness and force. So you think that that's a last. So you are healing the division by saying that that's the last state. Okay? That's what Shabda means. Okay? But it is not complete because it cannot altogether transform and conquer. Conquer what? The division. Because you are establishing the oneness, but still the division is there. So naturally you are not able to conquer the division and enter into an absolute oneness. You are not able to do that. So Shabda wants absolute oneness. So for that you have to go to the third level. Okay? So a universal peace, light, power, bliss is ours. Right up to, it can be yours even in the spiritual planes of consciousness. Okay? But its effective expression is not that of a truth consciousness. So they are all separate powers. Okay? You may have peace, you may not have light. You may have light, you may not have power. You may have bliss, you may not have light. Okay, all these things are possible. They are all different. But its effective expression is not that of the truth consciousness. Truth consciousness, the third level, the supramental. The divine gnosis. Swami uses, here he used two words, truth consciousness and gnosis. He means the third level, which he normally also calls the supramental. But in the, or sometimes he calls it also the supermind. But he much prefers the two terms, truth consciousness and gnosis. Because otherwise the supramental can be confused. Okay? And the confusion can come because supermind, above the mind. So you may interpret it that way. Or you may think that the supermind is the last reality, which it is not. It's a link word. Okay? So that's why he prefers truth consciousness and gnosis. The divine gnosis, but still so wonderfully free. You are absolutely free of your body, mind, life, no limitation at all. Uplifted and illumined, supports only the present self-expression of the cosmic spirit and does not transform. So what is meaning? He is saying that you see everything in the physical world, but there is no power to change it. Okay? You are seeing everything, but no power to change it. Body, mind, life. Okay, so that is available only at the third level, the supramental. Okay, does not transform as would a transcendental descent. So very clear, transcendental descent. In other words, the supermind must come down into level 1. If that happens, then there is a possibility of a change. Now, some of you may have a problem. The supermind has come down in 1956. Then why is there still suffering and pain and perversion and falsehood? Why is there? It's a transition. Mother has explained that it has gone and it is working slowly, but it will take time for it to become a reality. Everything, there is a process for everything. Yeah? Even when you are, anything you are doing, there is a beginning, there is a middle, and there is an end. So we are in the middle of that process. That's why you're not seeing the ultimate. And also remember that when the supermind starts acting, it does not change everything. There will be a section of humanity who will be at a higher level of consciousness. Okay? Not everybody, but everybody will be helped. Okay? The ordinary animal may find it easier to become a human being. The ordinary human being may find it easier to become a yogi, and the yogi may find it easier to become a superman. So it's a gradation. The gradation won't change. Everything will remain the same. But the superman will appear. That's the transformation of the physical world. As well as transcendental vision, the ambiguous symbols and veiled mysteries of the world of ignorance. Ourselves are free. Okay? Our individual self is free, but all the others in the world, earth consciousness, they are in bondage. They are still in suffering. Mother and Shiva have been able to become free, but we are all suffering still. Okay? Different types of sufferings, some intense, some not so intense, but anyway, suffering is there. Okay? But the earth consciousness remains in bondage. Only a further transcendental ascent and descent can entirely heal the contradiction and transform and deliver. Deliver, what does what deliver mean? Deliver from all the negatives in the physical world, from falsehood, from suffering, and from death. Deliver. Okay? So 839. We have done 2 paras, but we gone into great detail to identify the words and tell you the different planes of consciousness. We'll stop here today. I'll make a note of. Yeah. Yes.
Can you tell me the number of the thoughts and aphorisms you were talking of?
The number of what?
The thoughts and aphorism which you were talking, you had
acha,
discussed
acha.
today.
I'll send it to you by WhatsApp.
Okay, thank you, Rangada.
I'll send it to you by WhatsApp. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah. So you were
And
saying?
Rangada, the sonnets which talk about apprehending and comprehending consciousness.
No, Gita, I couldn't follow what you said. What did you say?
And the reference
The
of
sonnets,
the sonnet,
Rangada.
Huh?
reference of the
One minute.
sonnet.
Sonnets, sonnets.
Oh, the sonnets. Okay. I'll send you the sonnets also. I'll send to both Gita as well as Archana. I'll do that.
Rangada to me too. Sonnets.
Okay, okay.
Rangada, you send it to one person. I will post it in our Skype group so everybody can see.
Oh, wonderful.
Anyone?
wonderful.
Okay.
I'll do
Yeah,
that.
that's,
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
do
you,
that.
Ashwini.
you.
I'll do that after
Thank
11
you.
o'clock. Because I want to-
It's okay,
Yes,
Rangada.
yes, Rangada.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll do that. Very interesting.
Thank you, Rangada.
Okay.
Guruvara, Rangada.
Guruvara, everybody. Have a nice day.
Thank
you, Dada. Thank you, everyone.
Merci.
Thank you, Dada.